Alright guys, here we are, finally, after 7 videos, I got you out on the charcoal grill. Get a good look at it. I built this thing from scratch, just like everything else I do. This is serious stuff. I haven't brought you out here yet because I haven't gotten it done yet, but it's fully functional. Tonight we're doing some chicken quesadillas on the grill, only on the grill, no skillets, nothing, just charcoal. Here's what we got. We got some tomatoes, got some onions. Notice I left the skins on. Got some poblano peppers. We got 4 cloves of garlic, a big ass bowl, some olive oil, some chicken rubbed down with salt and homemade chili powder, some Budweiser, some tongs, and some flour tortillas. We're going to do it all right there over charcoal. We're not using the Foreman grill for the quesadillas to crisp them. We're going to crisp everything on the grill. Let's get it done. Okay, let's get a close-up of these vegetables. I drizzled olive oil on them and salt and pepper on everything. And we're just going to cook them whole. Now on these onions, you're only going to have one shot at this. You cannot turn these onions more than once or they'll fall apart. That's why you want to leave the skins on them. The more you manipulate the onion, the more likely it is to fall apart. You want to put the onions on first because they're going to take the longest to cook. They're the most dense of all the vegetables. Now even if you're not doing quesadillas, this is a good trick. Once these blacken up, and I mean blacken, they'll blacken to the point where they're almost like charcoal. That's the way you want them. That's when they're caramelized. That's when they're cooked through. All the bitterness is taken out of them. This is what you're going after. So we're going to leave these on here for about 5 minutes. If the skin burns on the onions, that's a good thing. That just adds to the flavor. There's very little fat rendering off what we're cooking tonight. We're cooking vegetables and we're cooking chicken breast. There is no fat. There's no oil involved. So any kind of char that you can get on this, any kind of burnt texture you can get, that's why you cook on the grill, and that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it tonight. Alright, so now, get a close-up of this. See how the outside of the onions burn? That's perfectly fine. See how the backside of the onions burn? That's exactly what you want. You want that char, okay? And that right there is why you can only turn them one time. Because once you turn them, they start to fall apart. And that's great. As you can see, I put the poblanos on. I want the poblanos black like that too. And I'll show you why later on in the video. But if it looks like I overcooked those onions, I didn't. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. The more burnt they are, the more flavor there is, the sweeter they are. When you grill onions, I don't know why, it takes all the bitterness out of it. And you want that charcoal hot. As you can see, I'm working kind of gingerly. That's because that's super, super hot. Pretend you're searing a steak. That's what you want to do. You want to do the same thing with the peppers. And once we get these onions off, we're going to put the tomatoes on. And we're going to do the same thing with the tomatoes. And I know I seem like I'm pumped up. I seem like I'm more serious than in most videos that I do. And that's because this is some serious shit. Okay, I really, really take my grilling seriously. And this is going to be a cool trick for you. Once we're done, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to fold all these onions and peppers and tomatoes and meat into these tortillas with some cheese. And you're going to serve quesadillas without using anything but a charcoal grill. We're not using any skillets. We're not using any ovens, no stoves, no broilers, nothing. Charcoal. Okay, so as you can see, we got the onions off, and that's what you want the onions to look like. They're completely charred. Once we chop those up, all the char, all the black, that's going to just add flavor to the quesadillas. If you've had fire roasted salsa, that's what I'm going after. I'm going after that char. And a lot of people make that in a broiler, and that's fine. But we're going to do it over charcoal tonight. Now that we've got this extra room, we've got the tomatoes on there. the tomatoes aren't going to go for near as long as the onions. So once these are done, we'll pull these off, we'll pull the peppers off. As you can see, those are getting good and charred. We're going to cut those up. A lot of people de-skin their peppers. I don't. I like the skin. I like the char. I like the little black bits of goodness in there. It just adds to the flavor. And so once we get this off, then we're going to put the chicken on. And when the chicken's on, we're going to cut this up, put it up into a bowl, mix it up with some cilantro, and that's going to be the filling for our quesadillas. Okay, so we got the vegetables all cooked up. Same vegetables, same charcoal. Now we're doing the chicken breast. Chicken breast the last thing. While we do the chicken breast, we're going to cut up the vegetables. But these are pounded out. These are chicken breasts, no skin. They look like turkey breasts. They're huge. That's because I pounded them out with a mallet. And the seasoning you see there, that's chili powder with salt, nothing more. Don't use store-bought chili powder. But then again, if you do use store-bought chili powder, you probably haven't seen my videos, or at least you wouldn't have gotten this far. So here we go. Now we got to cook the chicken. This is the last step until we start making the quesadillas. To give you an idea how much charcoal this is, about 10 pounds. That allows me to do the veggies and do the chicken. The reason I pound it out is because, you know, it's chicken. You can't serve chicken medium rare. Wouldn't want to anyway. So you pound it thin, and that's going to cook quickly on both sides. We're only going to do about 3 minutes per side, and then we'll cut it up with the vegetables, which we're going to cut up now and put it in this bowl. And then we'll assemble the tortillas, and by the time we're done doing all that, we're going to have enough heat left in that charcoal that we can toast the tortillas on both sides to make the quesadillas. Okay, these have been on the grill for a few minutes.
That was good. Okay.
They're pounded thin, so they don't need to go real long.
Look at there.
That's what you're looking for, just like the vegetables. You want that char. You want that black char. We're cooking these fast, so the inside is going to be good and moist, but you want the outside to be charred, just like that. When we're done cooking these up, we'll cut them up, put them in the same bowl with the vegetables, and we'll fold up some quesadillas.
Of course we will.
Done.
Ooh, look at that. Are we on? No,
Yep.
a quick one.
Okay, chicken's done. Juice is running clear. We got a good char on the outside. We're ready to roll. I've already got the tomatoes and the onions and the peppers and the garlic all cut up in there. Now we got to dice this up, add that to it, mix it together, and then we're making quesadillas. Okay, we got the vegetables all cut up. Now we're cutting up the chicken. Just cube it up. If you can see, it's not dry. It's moist. It's got plenty of juices. Put that in the same big ass bowl with your vegetables. Eventually we're going to mix this up, and that's going to be the filling for your quesadilla. Okay. One of the ingredients I forgot, and it's a main ingredient, cilantro, so we got to have a bunch of that. And I mean a bunch of that. Okay? So chop this up real good.
I'll just stay right here.
Put that on mine.
Yes. No fingers.
Okay.
Fingers chopped real good by now.
So we got the chicken, we got the vegetables, we got the cilantro, that's all in there.
Turkey and onion.
Okay? So normally what I would do if I had more time, actually if I hadn't forgotten to buy some limes at Publix, I'd be grilling the limes too. I'd cut the limes in half and grill them right over the heat, but you know, I did forget, so got to add some lime juice to that. So now we got onion, pepper, garlic, tomato, cilantro, lime juice, chili powder, cumin, chicken, salt, all in one bowl. Okay?
Let's eat.
I can't tell you how remarkable this smells right now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to assemble these. We're going to grab the Monterey Jack cheese that we mixed up, that we shredded up in the food processor.
Everybody's hungry.
There it is right there.
I was about some cheese.
Okay, take a shot of this, matey. Take a shot of this. That's what that should look like. That's charred up vegetables with seared chicken.
That smells so delicious.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff right there. That's going to go inside your quesadilla. This ain't the quesadilla that you buy at the sports bar.
Or Taco Bell.
This is my
legit.
quesadilla.
Better.
This is the shit.
I would like tomatoes.
Let's do it.
That's how it cooks.
All right.
And then all the cinder blocks are full.
So we got,
Bud Light can.
we're going to do 8 of these. Okay, we got enough for 25, but we're going to do 8 anyway. So I got the olive oil. I got a brush. This is just so that the tortilla does not stick to the hot grill, and it will if you skip this step. So pour some olive oil on there. I mean, if you're into omega-3s, you can go with some vegetable oil. I'm not. So there we go. That's going to toast up nice. Use the same tongs you used before. Get you a big spoonful of that. And look at that. Look at the color. Look at all that. You got charred vegetables, seared chicken, all that seasoning, all that goodness. Make it thick, man. Make it thick. I mean, people go to a bar, people go to a fast food joint, and they order a quesadilla, and they get some thin, flimsy piece of shit. This is everything. This is the anti piece of shit bar quesadilla. Okay? So you got all that meat, you got all that vegetable, and you got to put all that cheese too. That's right. Put a big heaping portion of cheese on that. Okay? So then
That's a lot of cheese.
fold it up,
This is a lot of cheese.
fold it up, okay, and put it right on the grill. Cheese side down, okay? Use the same tongs as before. You're going to have to tuck this in. I'm doing this for TV. I'm just doing one. Normally I will do 5 or 6, but you got to be quick because this doesn't take long at all. Those coals are still real hot, and even though you oiled that down, if you let that go too long, that flour tortilla will burn, and you don't want that. You just want the cheese to melt. You want everything to stay intact. Check it.
Oh, now it tastes fell off. That was weird.
It's all good. It's all good.
I was waiting for that to happen. Wait, there's a video still on? Wow. Hey, put me in video.
Now, if you try and pick this up right now in the middle, everything's going to fall out. Just take the plate, one side, boom. Serve that up with some sour cream. Take your cilantro for a garnish. Bammo.
That is it.
That's how it's done. Okay, we've been grilling these up.
I tried some of that stuff. I got shit all
Check this
over
out.
me, all over the table, all over the floor.
Got it folded in half.
They make it look so
Got to
easy.
leave yourself enough room to get underneath it and fold it one more time, and that's what that should look like. Not burnt, just crisp. Okay? And when I did this, I laid the cheese side down first so that now the melted cheese is going to melt all over the yummy chicken vegetable ingredients. That's it. So now you're going to take that, you're going to put it on a plate. You can do a couple things with it. You can serve it bar style. You can cut it into wedges so that people can dip it into whatever dipping sauce you offer, or you can serve it like that and they can eat it with a knife and fork. Either way, that is the most delicious quesadilla you're ever going to have in your life. And I've got some testimonials. Ned?
How is it, guys?
Last night I was
The
sleeping.
best.
God.
It's to die for.
Brockton
Hey,
has-
babies, how is it?
All good.
No answer. My goodness.
Mouths are full.
Yeah.
And Lean is waiting.
Lynn is waiting no longer. And okay, everybody's fed, everybody's happy. This is mine.
It's delicious.
It's amazing what's in that. Anyway, you're never going to get this at a bar. Now you know how to do it. Do it yourself. It's so easy. Just get a bunch of vegetables, grill them. Get some chicken, grill it. Get some chili powder, season that chicken up, grill it up. That's all you got to do. Grill it up, chop it up, put it in a bowl, fold it in a tortilla, and look at those grill marks. Look at those grill marks. Just toast it over the same coals you grilled the chicken and the vegetables over. That's all you got to do. Anyway, I know I was more serious than most videos, but that's just because this is serious shit to me. When I come out here on charcoal, this is where I cook. This is what I do on a daily basis. Forget about all the other videos, the chili powder, the pickles, all that shit. This is what I do every night after work. I grill out.
Bitches.
Okay? That's right, bitches. I grill
it
out
again, say it
every
again,
night.
say it again.
Anyway, everybody, was dinner okay tonight?
Yeah!
Right on. Hey, you can live like this too. Just start from scratch. We'll see you next time.